Blog Talk Radio.
You know, I made this beat to go to VA. Don't you agree? It's okay if you don't. You realize why I am though. It's so project I did to make fun of y'all. Thank God I ain't one of y'all. Stop hearing the drugs you done or the guns you shot. Lyrically, I'm untouchable. There's no denying it. Anything my mind can think of is better than any rhyme you bit off. How many lines you sniff off? I don't care if you got drip on. I got a whole magazine. If anybody trashes me, it wants an issue. Every project you put out took 12 months to finish. The cloth we cut from is different. I'm putting up double digits, trying to run the business. Are you single? That's none of your business. Stop fucking asking. Are you hungry for something nutritious? I got a knuckle sandwich. Plus you can't stack bread. Used to sleep at my bro's place with no mattress. Had back pains and spasms. No glass plates. They were plastics. Never had steak, just crackers. Didn't have game. I'd get laughed at. Now they add me on Snapchat, showing me that they have cake. No Bruce Banner, but I'll smash it. Niggas Gwen Stefani, they want a feature from me. I holler back and they go bananas. Done shit I can't show on camera. I wasn't dapping way before Corona happened. Things got hectic, I just adapted. All I do is give them classics. I diss them, they start laughing. If we talking consistency, they are lacking. I'm a ball hog, they want passes. Are they gonna get A's? I tell them get A's. They hear my mixtape, think damn, shit's deep. I hear theirs, I think shit's weak. New niggas drink lean, I tell them drink bleach. They don't have what it takes to beat me. I learned to go against the grain. Borderline insane. By the way, which one of you got the balls to say it's not my year a day? That sounds so strange. I don't have much of a salary, so fuck you to the battle scene. I can smoke and it's free. Mention my name, it'll be a tragedy. Filling girls' fantasies, thinking to myself, is this really happening? At age 12, I had a dream. Make profit off passion, not for the grammar. Almost bought a scammer. Love my life is why I became a rapper. The signs of cancer, both kind of sensitive. We never meant to be, but it's a bond you can't replace. Both found our happy place. I can behave, not for the cameras. Diamond dancing, I found a pathway. Right there on my bad days. The one I'm doing is almost a mad face. Backtracking comes in handy. Pretty short vibes, time to call a taxi. Sweeter than Sammy on my last tape. Compare me to Jay. Storm's coming. Want you to hear the rain. And I feel the pain.
Hey, you are tuned in to another episode of Two Lit Tuesdays right here on Endie Fiya with your girl, Nakia. I know y'all was probably like, hold up, what's going on? It's not New Music Mondays. Like, we don't start out with the music. I ain't even going to tell you what happened. It don't matter. But that right there was Brendon James. That's our guest for tonight. And I want to say, because I have so much music from him, I want to say that might be like the latest track. We're going to find out in just a moment. But I heard Corona in the lyrics. So, and you know what? He dropped music so quick that, you know, the latest track could have been dropped yesterday. But I think that might be the latest that I have. Anyway, we'll find out in just a few. You guys, did you tune in last night to the show last night? If you didn't, you missed a treat. You know, we were in Sweden last night with the Swedish melodic rock band Pressure. And, oh, my gosh, like, those guys were bananas. You hear me? There was just so much. You know, we have the award show, right, that comes up January. So one of the categories is most entertaining. And I want to say Brendon was the most entertaining last year. I don't know. He'll correct me if I'm wrong in a few. But that interview last night has to rank in several categories. It was a very good interview. They were hilarious. They kept me laughing the entire interview. They were very informative. But, you know, the thing that really touched me the most, you know, on Endie Fiya, I don't want to say we cater to, but 85% of our music guests or music artists are from the hip-hop, R&B, rap, soul genres. And then we have that 5%, you know, that may be rock. And so to have these gentlemen on the show last night and to hear them speak about what's going on in the world right now, and how they are able to, use their platform to spread the message of love, not hate, and how they're able to voice the fact that, we are all a part of the human race, not looking at color. We're talking about 3 white Swedish gentlemen, and, not looking at color. We are all a part of the human race, and we should be, respecting people and treating people with love and kindness and dignity. And, the fact that they're able to express themselves so openly in their music and through their music, I thought that was just great, not only in their native tongue, but translated into English as well, so that we're able to feel, the name of the band again is Pressure, but it it's derived from the pressures that we face as humans on a daily basis. Every situation they state has a good side and it has a bad side, and it's up to us to determine which way we're going to take the situation, which direction we're going to go in that situation. Are we going to take the high road? We're going to take the low road. So, it was an amazing interview. It was a quick flight back, but it was because we had New Music Mondays last night. So, quick flight back. But if you did not get a chance to check that episode out, make sure that you do. And then followed up last night with New Music Mondays. We did drop some new music from Double O, Jew Major, and Casa Moore. It's my birthday. Make sure that you're streaming that on all download digital streaming sites. All right, as well as some more new music in there as well. But that's the latest that we have. Make sure that you are right back here on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the C-Town Records Mistress of Soul, our 2019 Best Female R&B winner, Jana Blackwell, will be back here talking about all that's going on since since the actual release of the song that won. I get so excited when I talk about that because as that song is being promoted in so many different countries right now, on her promotion is the fact that it's the little label of her win was Endie Fiya. And I thought, wow, what a way to honor us as well as her win. But we had no idea when we received that song that the song wasn't even out yet. So the song dropped in April, and the song is doing phenomenal, especially in the UK, Australia, Japan. They actually have a tune-setting dance challenge that's going on right now. Japan kicked it off, and it's, making waves. So I can't wait to have Jana on the show on Thursday to be able to just talk about everything that has transpired since we had her on the show. I want to say this time, maybe earlier on last year. All right? And then next week, kind of up in the air for next week. All right? But if you cannot make them all, please, please, please do not miss them all. Okay? My guest for tonight is Brendon James. He is a lyricist and wordsmith from Virginia Beach, Virginia, who has been writing rhymes and consistently working to perfect his craft since the age of 12. He performed at Williams Farm Rec for the youth hip-hop program as a teen. He has been featured on ConeInfluence.com and nominated for Most Entertaining Interview. Oh, it's in his bio. Yes, nominated for Most Entertaining Interview on Endie Fiya Radio in 2019. Heavily influenced by rappers such as illmac, Conway The Machine, Eminem, StylesP, Jadakiss, G-Eazy, Dave East, JayZ, and many well-known and respected lyricists. After little success on SoundCloud, Brendon made his return to Spotify and other DSPs in February 2020 to then skyrocket his streams and collect more royalties than he has ever had in his whole music career. Y'all wait till he talks about these numbers. I mean, phenomenal numbers. Wait till you hear. Despite having more streams than the majority of artists in VA, he is still not as respected as many other local talents or bigger-known rappers, regardless of how hard he works on his craft. But that doesn't stop his grind, nor his sharp rhyme skills. No matter the criticism, he will still have the same confidence in his music and considers himself an elite MC in his hometown and continues to outwork and outrhyme everybody put in his path. 2020 has seemed to have been a turn for the better for Brendon, considering he temporarily retired after his 12th project, wow, in 2019, until he got a job to support his music. Soon enough, Brendon dropped his first project of the year, the Brendon James LP, which only made him want to push harder and beat his record of 12 projects, releasing 2 projects in March, 3 projects. Okay, we in June now. So when I got the bio, there was 2 projects in May. So I'm sure he probably did another one, but we're about to find out, all right? Despite all the content being released, he still decided to make his return to his most influential interview show to promote his music. Oh, talk success and give local talent a wake-up call. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what? I just want to pause for a minute and say I saw the bio. It was a very lengthy bio, and Siobhan had to tweak it just a little bit. But apparently I didn't read all of it in its entirety because we don't do what we do around here for, the fame, the glory, and the shine, and the accolades, you know what I'm saying? If we're able to fulfill our mission and our purpose in each interview, then we're walking with purpose and completing what it is that we're so passionate about. So to have someone say this, I read it a lot, I hear it a lot, and I smile and I say thank you. I'm very humble to people. But, for him to include this in his bio, that really means a lot. Thank you, Brendon. Endie Fiya listening audience, I present to you this evening my very, very special guest, returning back here to the Endie Fiya listening audience, Virginia lyricist and wordsmith, Brendon James.
We back, baby.
Woo! Yes. How you doing?
I could be better. I can't complain though.
Yeah,
I'm chilling.
I mean, we all could be better. You know what I'm saying? I noticed something, and I have a really, really short memory, but I did notice something in your bio that was left out that we talked about the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not in your bio, so I won't bring it up tonight. But you know that we all have different issues that we deal with that cause us to react differently, to situations. A lot of authors use writing to release pent-up tension and energy, and artists are the same way. They get in the studio and things that are bothering them, they're able to release through what they record. And so I don't know, maybe things have taken a turn for the better for you, and you aren't going through those things that you were going through last year. Maybe you are. Maybe they're not as important as they were last year, that they're now not in your bio. Nevertheless, I hope things have gotten better since we spoke last year. I want to say that off top. For you guys who might not know Brendon, and you just, heard the bio or you read the bio, it states that, you started all of this at the age of 12. So many kids are doing so many different things, at the age of 12. And a lot of them do have a fascination with music. So where did yours come from? Did you come from a musical family? Did you see a show and think, hey, I want to do this, this is my future? Where did it all start for you?
I was, always good at writing in school or whatever, and, I was definitely exposed to all kinds of different kind of music. I don't really have, a musical family, but I was exposed to all kinds of, genres and, eras of music or whatever. And so it's kind of blurry looking back at it because it's, 8-7 years ago or whatever. I was in middle school. But I just remember I had a crush on a girl. I wanted to impress her, and something told me to write a rhyme about her. I don't know. I still have it, too. It's never going to see the light of day because it's cringy, but it wasn't. I've heard worse, but it does. What I write now is it wasn't a blueprint, but it's definitely it's evolved over the years. There's some elements still in there.
I'm sorry, I had to laugh because you said a word that my kids say, and then you said this was like a long time ago. This is like 7, 8 years ago, and I'm thinking, bruh, I was in middle school in like the 80s, all right? So that's a long time ago. Like, I can't remember stuff that happened in middle school. But then you said cringy, and my two younger kids are always talking about stuff that's cringy, so I had to laugh, because you're like right there the same age as my daughter. So that was funny. All right, so you always had the desire and the passion to write. You did the hip-hop program as a teen, and then it just kind of evolved from there.
Right.
Now, you've always been into rap and hip-hop and considered yourself a lyricist, and you did freestyle, correct?
I freestyle, but not like publicly, like maybe like in the shower or whatever. Like I can do it on the spot if someone told me to or whatever. It's definitely like a hit or miss or whatever. I've had my phases where my freestyle might have been better than my writing, and that was like a point where I was always doing. But I could freestyle and mix written at the same time if if needed to. But
I feel like for me, because I've tried to freestyle before. I'm not even a rapper, so that was really hard. Just talking off the top of my head is really hard for me. So just imagine somebody just having to, have these thoughts, and most of the time they're having to rhyme the thoughts, and then hopefully they make a little sense, you know what I'm saying, and then spit all of that. I can never do it. So I commend any artist that is able to do it, whether you're in the shower or you're publicly doing it. I have to commend you. Do you find yourself going into an alter ego type of mode when you are performing, or when you're even making music? Do you find yourself going into, like you separate yourself, this is Brendon James, and then when I get in the studio or when I'm performing, I'm just a totally different person? Or are you always just Brendon James?
I'm usually the same person whenever I write and record, but if I'm in like a diss track or whatever, I feel like I tap into like a whole different, like I feel like I'm a different rapper or whatever. Like I kind of just like I embrace another side of me. It's almost like a primal rage or whatever. I mean, I won't say it's my alter ego, but my birthday is January 28th, 2000. And so in Chinese New Year's, that's the year of the dragon, and it symbolizes like wisdom, good luck, and stuff like that. So the only dragon I know of that comes to mind is Godzilla, and I feel like I embrace that side. I have it's like I can't really explain it, but I feel like I'm the dragon where I'm from.
Yeah, I had to throw that in there, just reflecting off of the previous interview, and that those 100 bars you spit. From that diss you dropped on whomever they were, I thought, we spoke in the interview, and then all of a sudden you just turned into a beast. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the interview, and I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? Like, and you know what's so funny? When you look at your pictures, I see such innocence in you. I really do. And then I talk to you, and I see or I hear someone that is so well versed and speaks so eloquently. Your interview was very, very, very good last year, and then you turned into this monster when you ripped those dudes apart. So I was like, by the end of the show, I was like, wait a minute, we went from this sweet little guy to this well-spoken young man to this beast on the end. So yeah, you got some alter egos up in you. You do. Whether you know it or not, you got them. You got them. What's motivation?
I'm a gangster and a gentleman.
What keeps you motivated? Yeah, there you go. What's your motivation? How do you continue just to do what you do? I know it's very hard when we're passionate about things, and we believe that, my passion is enough to keep me focused and not distracted, keep me on a straight and narrow, keep me grinding, but sometimes obstacles are thrown in our way. You know what I'm saying? People are talking, and setbacks occur. So what keeps Brendon James motivated? You know, because I know what you've dealt with in your area, your hometown, and how you feel that you're not respected the way that you should be, and how people really sleep on you as the lyricist that you are. But how do you continue to stay motivated? Because a lot of people will just be like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done with it, you know? But you just continue to soar, and you continue to put the music out, and, you know, you continue just to stand up and be what it is that you're supposed to be, or who it is that you're supposed to be. But how do you do it? How do you find the motivation to do so?
There's a few things. One of them, like, money is one thing. You take that aside. Like, I had a rhyme about this. I was probably going to spit this verse. It's unreleased. I was probably going to spit it on the air, but I have something else prepared. The line was, regular job and rap, make the same money. How about get off your ass and make money? And so, you know, take money away. I just stay inspired. Like, I just have a lot of sources that I listen to. So, like, you know, I just randomly get in a different zone. Just, you know, I'll think of stuff, you know, on the spot, whatever. Not like freestyle, but like just I'll start, you know, rhymes just spill out my head, and I'll kind of just, you know, write them down. But it's just a love for the craft that keeps me motivated. Like, I love doing this. And it may hate on me and may not respect me as much, but I honestly feel like most people are dumb or want cut from the cloth that I'm from. Like, some people like simple stuff. Some people don't get me, honestly. If you don't get me, that's fine. I'm not going to dumb down for you or anything. I can and still do better than most. I can rap like the way y'all be rapping. I'm just going to have my own flavor to it, and then I'm just going to outstyle you.
Well, speaking of your music and your lyrics, we introduced Storm tonight. Now, is that your latest track?
You introduced what?
Storm?
Oh yeah. The song's name is Storm's Coming. I would definitely say it's. I don't think it's not the most recent, but it's definitely up there. I'll explain why that song hasn't been out yet, but it's definitely one of my most recent stuff. I wrote it back in like end of April, something like that, April, May-ish or whatever, and yeah, it has pieces of old rhymes too. It's almost like a hybrid verse. But yeah, that's one of my most recent songs. I think the other two that I sent to you are already released. They were unreleased at the time, but they're still, you know, released. But yeah, it's the most recent unreleased stuff that you have from me.
And for those who may have missed the song, but come back and listen to a playback show, what's Storm's Coming all about?
The album that it's from is called Death of the SoundCloud Rapper, and so it's basically a mockery mixtape inspired by Charles Hamilton, who did it before me in like 08. It was Death of the Mixtape Rapper, and so he's basically rhyming on a bunch of like, you know, like classic beats or whatever as he usually does, and he's kind of like, it's a mockery mixtape basically. You know, it's like mixtape rappers back in the day. Now we have SoundCloud rappers. And so half of the song, it's half and half. Half of it is basically me making fun of rappers and trying to rap like them, but still staying true to my craft. The other half is me kind of in my bag doing what I usually do and kind of just showing you how lyricism is supposed to be done. And so that was the outro. That was kind of like, you know, the first few bars I proved my point. I said that this whole project I did to make fun of y'all. I hate to be one, something like that. I did this to make fun of y'all. And so it's true. Like, if you on SoundCloud in 2020, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, it's not exactly going to get you that far. If you get views on that, that's fine, but it doesn't really pay as well as Spotify. And most of the people who get like millions of views on SoundCloud can't do the same on Spotify, and I've seen that before. It's hilarious.
So while we're talking about these numbers on Spotify, what was that like to kind of just go from a slump, you know, a period where you weren't seeing numbers like that on SoundCloud to releasing music and then boom, where did all that come from?
I thought it was hilarious because I said once I get my job, I'm gonna start investing it into like, you know, promo and stuff like that, you know, ways to get my exposure up. And so I knew exactly what was gonna happen, and so I've been investing. I'm hoping to make all of the money I've invested back. I got my first check not too long ago. It wasn't a small check, but I can probably make it at work. But it's probably my biggest check even at work or whatever. But, like, I wasn't mad at it. I know hopefully, my next check is going to be bigger or whatever. And so I'm just trying to, my goal is to make $4,000 before I'm 21, so I got, like, a whole year for that. There's still time for it. But I take the numbers away, I'm still going to put out multiple projects or whatever. And I may not make, if I didn't make as much, numbers as I do now, I'm still going to outwork myself and everybody else around me, honestly. I might not get a lot of money from it, but I'm still making money one way or another. I can kind of fall back or whatever, but, yeah, numbers don't define me.
I know that's right. How would you say that your older music has... how would you say your newer music, there we go, how would you say your newer music has changed from your older music? Do you recognize
this
growth
year,
in
like for my 2020 releases, sorry, I didn't let you finish your question. You didn't finish your question? I'm sorry.
So good. Do you recognize growth in yourself? Can you hear it in your lyrics? Do you see growth in yourself as an artist and, as just as a man in general? Have you seen, the growth?
Oh, definitely. Like, if we're talking lyrically and, vocally, my delivery and stuff like that, and just, the pockets I rhyme in, I've definitely grown a lot, and my views on success are different. Like, I remember when I was in the process of making my first project of the year, because, I'll have a job now, so I'm like, all right, we're gonna get this promotion going, whatever. It took me, I had some material written maybe before I got the job or whatever, before I officially started working there. But once I got the job, I'm thinking, I'm gonna release something this year. I forgot what it was, but like I was going through another Eminem phase. I've had maybe like 3 of those in my lifetime, but I tapped into my inner like nerd rapper or whatever, and kind of just I found a whole new hunger, and just it was inspired by a lot of Eminem's old material. The whole that's why I call it the Brendon James LP or whatever. And so I had a few Eminem beats on there. One of them didn't really make the cut because I think they had an issue with like the sample or whatever, which is fine. I'll keep it in the vault. But I just found a whole new hunger, and I kind of just tapped into a whole different like mindset and creative space. And a lot of it's been improving, especially my new stuff. I feel like I'm in like, I won't say final form because I have plenty of time to improve. I'm still young, but like I'm rhyming in a different caliber. I don't think I've ever rhymed before. I can't wait to showcase that tonight.
All right. So tell the people something about your songwriting process. What comes first for you? Your lyrics, then your beats, or you gotta have the beat first before you can drop some lyrics?
If I find the beat first, then the lyrics gonna come way easier. But like, I don't really struggle with thinking of my rhymes. But like, the creative space I'm in now. I used to be like this like 5 years ago when I was starting to like peak a little bit. I used to like think of like a lot of rhymes like in my head, not even freestyle rhymes, but like how do I explain this? I wouldn't write it on my notebook yet. I would kind of just like I would write the rhyme that I'm using, like the the rhyme scheme, like cat, bat, like that, the syllables and whatnot. I would write them in my phone or whatever, and kind of just like I was like brainstorming rhymes, and so I would when I put them on paper, it would come out a little bit more structured and stuff. And so sometimes if I'm like going crazy, like I'll kind of just forget the order I wrote them in, and like I might bring back a certain scheme I used in the first few bars and like later in the verse. But like it's my brain just like scatters everywhere when I'm like in super creative mode. I can't. It's a weird feeling. And so yeah, usually lyrics come first, but if I find the beat that I want to use, then I'm in like a whole different zone. I can probably write it in my head and pick up the flow like almost immediately.
So I want to talk about the next track that we're going to play, Die a Legend. You want to tell us what the writing process was like for that song and what it's all about?
I actually wrote that like 2 years ago. I just picked a different beat for it. Because the original song when I recorded it, it was definitely like not polished at all. Like it was maybe like my third project of the year or something like that. And so the beat I heard, it was like, I think someone from VA rounded over before me, and so I decided to, rhyme with myself. I heard it it was in a live battle. It was a Lil Wayne versus Fabulous battle, those battles they be doing. And so it's a Lil Wayne beat, And so I'm like, I got to get on this. And so I started digging in the crates for some old verses because, like, I wasn't lazy to write something new, but I just wanted to, like, I found the perfect verse for it because, like, it flowed perfect with the beat. And so the way I saw it was, and ironically, the project is from Foundations. I dropped it 2 years ago. It was my third project of the year. It's basically Foundations, same artwork and everything, but just, like, different content. It's rewritten, re-recorded and everything, and way more polished.
All right, this right here is Die a Legend, Brendon James on Endie Fiya.
Always the run of the litter. Told him shut up and listen. It's just the beginning. Fish for compliments. And maybe it's common sense. Thrown between a psycho and a genius, the Lion King, among a bunch of hyenas. Wasn't that serious when I first started. Was for clout and the thirst for it. Smooth with the pen, I don't force it. Carry the city on both shoulders. It's a cold corner. Scores flawless. I put up points with the Globetrotters. Want to compare to nobody. Failure's no option. My goal is to spread hope. With each stroke of a pencil, used to open voice memos, press record, and show why I'm so golden. Wasn't born to be perfect. On my grind, my wheels are turning. Speaking in third person, your girl wants to kiss me. I'm her favorite rapper like Hershey's. I drank from the fountain of youth, and someone cursed it. Far as the bag, I'm the only one that deserves it. Being in first place feels beautiful, if I say so myself. If it's career suicide, I ain't it myself. Try to make it to wealth without begging for help. Talk to me nice, or we can take it outside. If not, we raid in your house. Things I do with words, it's like placing a spell. Niggas hate I'm doing well, and I pray for them all. They ain't getting paid from a job. Even before quarantine, they were staying home all day, playing Warzone. Same ones talk shit and rap, don't want war though. I won't mention names, let's just say his name's Mowgli. One thing I learned is to ignore hate, to bear necessities. This guy never bleeds. Just trying to be a better me. In school, I would never speak. At one point, it was a test for me to even get good grades. Now my music's growing at a better speed than usual. Don't mess with me, or it's flowers at a funeral, or a tragedy in a musical. I want to be a billionaire like Bruno Mars, graduate from the School of Rock, Kung Fu Panda, but I'm too hardcore. Looking for a new sponsor, the mood's darker, a true scholar. Blue lava is all I put out. The Godfather's putting his foot down. I've been holding the fort down. Put on for the hometown. I'm homeward bound, so my bones give out. I remain solid. I thank God that I'm no longer a SoundCloud artist. Now look at me like I'm a Martian. I don't get it though. I just hope to be successful. I got skeletons in my closet. That's for Eminem's mother. My mom would smoke cigarettes to the bone. I've had plenty of hoes. Women will scream my name. Sad how things have changed. I've seen some naked. Bet where we meet one day when I'm famous. Last relationship was a train wreck, like Amy Schumer. Cuba was acting crazy. We decided to aim and shoot her. She did me extra foul. The playing field's leveled now. I've been the king forever now. I'm finally stepping down. I'm thinking about the future. I'ma live forever now. Got faith in God. Can't let me down. They cannot say shit. I'ma die a legend now.
Hey now, what's good? It's your girl, Jana Blackwell, C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul. And you're on the air with the hottest independent station, Endie Fiya, with your host, Nakia, giving you that heat right here on the station, bringing you all of the hottest hip-hop hits, Endie Fiya.
Well, make sure you're right back here on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll have C-Town Records' own Mistress of Soul, Jana Blackwell, in the studio with us. If you're just tuning in, you are live on Two Lit Tuesdays on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia and my very, very special guest, lyricist and wordsmith straight out of Virginia, Brendon James. And we just gave you, what's the name of it?
Die Legend.
Die Legend. What y'all think about that? Y'all give me some feedback. Y'all mighty quiet tonight. I need some feedback on that. I need some feedback. I'm sorry. You know what? I normally like to listen to a track several times because I have different ways to process the track throughout each time that I listen to it. But it's like when I play music on the show, it's the first time I hear it because I want to be as surprised as my listening audience is. You know, we're going to hear it together for the very first time. And so I try to dig so deep in that first hearing to be able to comprehend everything Brendon is saying, but not find the humor in what he's saying as well, because I know that he's throwing, you know, daggers at somebody, like he didn't want to give his name, but then he gives his name. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know, that's Brendon right there. But I like that. I like Die Legend. I like the beat as well. Which ingredient do you think makes you special as an independent artist?
Like me in general, or?
No, not you in general. As an artist, which ingredient makes you special?
Oh, your work ethic, your influences, which can definitely vary, your attitude, your knowledge of self, the way you go about your craft and how much you practice it, the way you market yourself too. Like I wouldn't, you know, there's nothing wrong with gimmicks. I personally don't support them. But, like, you got to still, like, stay true to yourself at the end of the day. You can't be, like, having some gangster image and all of a sudden, like, you know, in your music, within one moment, you know, you slip up. I'm not talking about 6ix9ine, but, like, just in general. Like, some people really just, like, they market themselves the wrong way, and it doesn't look right.
You talking about Rock? Have you seen that ponytail he got now?
I did. That was awful.
Yeah.
I think he's hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really buying into this whole image or whatever, but I always thought he was hilarious to watch and everything. I don't care that he snitched. He's funny. That's all that matters to me. He's funny to watch.
Yeah, he is. I can't wait to hear what comes out of the mind of Akon along with him. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that right there. To you, in your personal opinion, and I know you have so much music, but just think back, what song of yours do you think that you have delivered your best performance so far? And I don't mean like on the stage, you know, because we're kind of limited, you know.
Yeah, I haven't performed in like 6 years.
Right. So performance in the studio, whether it be, you know, on the project, the final release of the project itself, but which song of yours do you feel that you have delivered your best performance so far from an emotional and a technical point of view?
That's a really good question. I would probably have to say, I have to look back to my catalog because I don't know how many. I have a lot of songs released, so I can't really I can't name them off the top of my head. But off my newest project, my 2 newest projects, like my SoundCloud one, and my other one I'll talk about in a second. I would probably have to say this is one song called "Bring Candles." And technically, I'm in like a whole different pocket. I listen to a lot of Griselda, and so I was listening to like Westside Gunn when I wrote this, so I had to flow down perfectly. And the last maybe like 50-something bars, I just went in like a whole different pocket. Like I do this a lot now. Like I probably knew how to do this, but I like perfected to a T. I think it's called internal rhymes. I could be wrong, but it's like when you rhyme almost two different things like back to back or whatever, and like. Again, I'm not really like dissing anyone on the track. I'm kind of just talking shit on for the most part. Just kind of rhyming just to be rhyming. But I still have substance in it. Don't get me wrong. But like I switched the flow up maybe like 3 times the whole song, and even though I'm not talking about anybody in general, I can just make a corny joke about I dated your girl back and like something like that. Like I'm gonna deliver it in such a hilarious way. My last bar was like. you bragging how you smashed it, but the true question is who hasn't. But like I said, who hasn't like so loud, and it's like I got to think about it, who hasn't.
Yeah, I got to hear that one.
I'll submit it for like New Music Mondays or something.
Yes, please do. Please do. And I know that you said that you have not, performed on stage in about 6 years. And a lot of people, they look at the number of tours they go on or the amount of merch they sell or venues that they can perform at. They use that to measure their level of success. But for you, what has been the most successful or an amazing high point of your career thus far?
That's a good question. I would probably have to say, like, I'm not gonna, excluding my nomination from last year, I would probably have to say, like, I think just the way my numbers have been going. Like, I hit 500,000 back in like April. I'm 200K away from 1 million streams, like as we speak. And when I hit 1 million, I'm buying a chain, just because.
What?
If they stop playing my music and release it already, I can probably hit that easily. But like, I can explain the issues I'm having right now. It's nothing legal or anything like that. I would hope it's not legal, but it's just the artwork. They're really picky about my artwork, and it's just really annoying. So I keep pushing it back.
Yeah, I think I read something that you posted a while back about, or you might have sent it to me, the reason that your music wasn't getting played. And I thought that was kind of odd, but understandable at the same time. But those numbers are crazy. See, so now I have to watch you for other things, other awards for the 3rd annual show. You got to watch your numbers because I think I might know one other artist who's doing numbers like that right now. So we definitely have to watch Brendon James, guys. Don't sleep. I want to jump into your 3rd track right here. And like, where do you get your title from?
What does the one say? Or like just in general, where I get my titles from?
Yeah, because I'm about to play Water Bearer, and I know that you sent one called Funerals. Was it Funeral Service?
Yeah.
So I'm like, gee, and then we got the Storms coming, and we got Die a Legend, and I'm just like, wow. Like, so all of these, were they on an EP together or an album or project together, or, and then they had one
Funeral Service
of,
was actually, that was actually a diss track. I had like a whole diss tape full of like my previous diss track, especially from, I only dissed like 3 people this year, but like, yeah, it was a whole diss tape just because, and, I took it off because I'm like, it's not really, I have way better material than this. So I wanted to promote Storms. That one is probably like way better. And so I don't really need to talk down on the dude that was dissing or whatever, only because like I already proved my point. He has nothing to say to me anymore. I don't care what he does with his life. I don't hate him or anything, but I just decided to, like, I'm not really in battle mode this year. I have nobody, like, no one in my targets or anything. Like, I have maybe a few, but nothing personal against them. But, like, I'm just trying to stay out the way, make my money, focus on my streams and whatnot. I'm not really dissing rappers just to be dissing them anymore. Like, I have to have a reason to at this point.
And see, that right there, for you to say that is growth. That is growth. Because I know last year, that you named a whole bunch of them, and that's what I got from you, is that you just were here to diss all these people, and it was hilarious. I mean, it really was. When I think about the interview, it was hilarious. I don't know how many times I did not go back and listen to it, which is why it should have won most entertaining. If all you needed was somebody to call in and threaten to fight you, that's why that individual who won.
Oh, I don't know what I would have done. That would have been the highlight of my year.
Oh my gosh, it turned
and I would have been a whole lot pettier too.
Yeah, it turned into like the interview was going on, and then something happened on Facebook, and it just. I'm like, what happened on Facebook? And the person sent her a screenshot of what was going on, and then it like trickled over here to the show, and I was like, I couldn't do nothing but just sit back and laugh because at this point, you know, this fight took over the interview, so that's the only reason why you didn't win right there. You would have got some drama.
Oh, wait, there's
like
a fight. This is my interview.
Yeah, man.
Who was that? Who was it? Is it someone local that I know? I might know.
No. She's in Vegas.
Oh, that's
She's
hilarious.
in Vegas. Yes, it was so funny though. I love them truly. Mogul Music Entertainment, shout out to you guys. But yeah, it was hilarious. It was funny. But I do want to jump into Waterbearer now. I'm going to talk about that quickly. You know, your writing process for that, what was going through your head when you wrote that, your state of mind, you know, when you put that out, if it was directed towards anyone in particular, and go ahead and introduce it to the listening audience as well.
Oh, well, that song is also not a diss track, but I wrote that also 2 years ago on it's on Foundations. That was also on there. It's another hybrid verse. It was something I wrote years ago, but I like rewrote and made better or whatever. And so the beat it's called Ocean Far Away, and my sign is Aquarius, so the water bear. And so the project was originally on what's called Aquarius, and so it was basically like an Aquarius theme. Like, yeah. I might have been the intro, my second song after the intro, but so I had to take the project down because like there was an issue with the audio, and that they like Spotify kind of like they thought I was trying to cheat the system with the streams, and so I wish I caught this before I released it. And, you know, I fast track my stuff now, so I'm like I had to make sure everything recorded okay, everything picked up. But yeah, when I recorded it again, I just put it on a different project. I was gonna release it as a single, but I'm like, nah, I need to get this out of my system.
All right, well there you have it. This is Waterbearer, Brendon James, right here on Endie Fiya.
Plain life, no cheat codes, gun jams, don't try to reload. I keep strolling, checking my timeline, I keep scrolling. The fuck you stress me for? What I'm cooking, you can't get a recipe for. Follow the path you're already on, the small stepping stones, that's what destiny's for. Remember who your real friends are, and better hope the connection is strong. As long as they keep it 100, you don't gotta check over your shoulder. Keep your enemies close, don't ride to death, pull over. Sky is the limit. In harsh conditions, God will test you. He'll provide the jet fuel. Thankful what I have, and I don't get full. You can't stop my grind, I won't let you. So always see at the table, from the leg room. The world will try to find someone like you, Snow Allegra. I wrote this at the end of my last shift of the week. Wish my boss would give me a break or give me a raise. I'm at home trying to finish the tape. Niggas want smoke, I tell them get in the ring. They're not ready to face the wrath. Don't hate the player, hate the path. I don't make the facts, I just tell the truth. Some are afraid of that. Don't blame your life's direction when you can change the map. It will spark a chain reaction. Maybe it's faith you're lacking. Maybe you're lazy and can't get off your ass to get your problems fixed. Make a decision and honor it. But let me get back on my heartless shit. I'm tired of giving my love to bitches, never actually wanted it. Stay in bed with my eyes watered in, I hope you end up dying in. It might be a lot to take in, that's a cycle I hate it. People cheat when they date me. It seems they can't keep their eyes on their own paper. Someone be locked down, they take it like a court date. Their excuse is they need more space, I don't buy it. I'm tired of trying, that's the power of vagina. You can't be chasing thotties who might give you COVID-19. In every desert you get lost in, there's always an ocean far away. Drop a dime at the bottom and wish to change all your mistakes.
We just tuning in. You are live right here on Two Lit Tuesdays on Endie Fiya with your girl Nakia. my very special guest, Virginia lyricist and wordsmith, Brendon James. And that right there was Water Bearer. I like that. It was a little short for me, but I like that.
Yeah.
It caught me off guard when it ended because I wasn't ready for it to end. But I like that. I like that. So, if you had the opportunity to perform with anyone, whether they were living or dead, who would that individual or individuals be?
Opportunity to what?
To perform with anyone.
Oh, I would say Fred the Godson.
Yes. And
You
why?
said living or dead. If we're talking dead, Fred the Godson. So that was who came to mind because it's recent and stuff. So.
Why him?
Oh, because like he's so slick with his punchlines. Like I was listening to him back in like high school or whatever. I wasn't like a diehard fan, but like I was definitely very familiar with him, and so he's definitely had like a lot of memorable verses for me, especially back in like freshman year.
All right. And so and living, who would you pick?
Living, I want to perform maybe with, if not the whole Griselda, then Benny the Butcher.
Okay. All right. What's the best piece of advice in the industry that you have actually been given and you followed so far?
Don't sell your soul. Like, if a label's trying to sign you, like, I would definitely look into, like, the details so you know what you're getting into or whatever. So don't, like, don't get yourself in a bad situation or whatever, or, like, get yourself screwed in the end and end up in a lot of debt. But, like, it's far as mainly in regards to, like, signing to a label, because, like, that's something everyone wants to do at one point, But, like, don't sign or settle for less than you deserve.
All right, and then what's the piece of advice that someone gave you that you didn't follow, but now you look back and you wish you would have followed?
Something someone gave me. I would say remain humble, but like I don't try to carry myself as like a cocky like human being or whatever. Everything I say comes from a place of like confidence, but like I remember I was 14, like when last time I performed, I had looking back, the verse wasn't even that good honestly, because I had to look kind of like I only so much I could really do in the verse. We all had like it was like four or five different dudes on the track. We get like a few bars apiece. I only had like 8 bars, so I had lines like the most talked about since Tupac. But like I'm like a year into my career or whatever, and I wasn't even born when Tupac was around. That's the funny part. And like I forgot, he didn't say like be humble, but like I forgot what I can't remember exactly what he said to me. Fats from the Rubber Peel, shouts to him. He like I forgot what it was. It's something about being humble though. Like he got the line, everything, understood my hunger, but like I don't remember what it was. But some people just like they really overestimate themselves. Some be like, bro, I'm the J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar out of Virginia, bro, no cap. I don't know whose line you saying that, but that's not true.
I feel you on that. I do. I feel you on that right there. If there is an aspiring artist who's listening right now and they've heard your music, and they consider themselves to be, not a rap artist, not a, someone who freestyles, but a true wordsmith or lyricist themselves, and they say, he could do that, I could do it, I got what he got, you know what I'm saying? But they really don't know the next step that they need to take to propel themselves forward in their music career. What piece of advice could you offer to that aspiring artist?
Let me see. So, like, if you think, you you have what it takes or whatever, or like, you feel like you're a caliber of a certain rapper, and you're trying to, reach, get where they're at. The first step is like, how do I explain this? The first step is definitely like knowing your audience. Like, a lot of times, like, don't dumb down for anybody, but like if you're, making a certain kind of music with a certain kind of sound or style, and you're trying to cater to that audience, and like a lot of your, people aren't really that crowd. If they hate, don't dumb down for them. Don't try to change anything for them, but like spoon feed them. Give them a little bit of what you like doing, but also kind of like give them samples of what they like. So like try to be a good blend in a way, but still staying true to your craft.
That's great information. Great information right there. He said spoon feed them. I like that. I don't think I've heard anyone to say it that way. But yeah, that's very good. Words of advice right there is what I was looking for. Not information, but words of advice. And guys, remember, every time we have a guest on the show and they drop these gems, make sure that you're absorbing everything that they say, and not only make them applicable to your career as an artist or as an author, as a fashion designer. Make them applicable to all aspects of your life, because they can be positioned into every part of your life, not just the creative side of your life. I want to go ahead and allow you to give your contact information now, because I know you got something that you want to get off your chest. So I want to end the show with that. So I want to go ahead now and give you the opportunity to get all of your contact information out for those who may be listening to the show live now, for those who may come back and listen to one of the many playback shows. If they're interested in, collabing with you, dropping some beats your way. Whatever the need may be for them to reach out to you, the floor is now yours to get all of your contact info out.
Well, my Instagram is b.fazzo757, nothing too crazy. My email is buttonstand757@gmail.com if you want to send me beats, you trying to sign me, etc., all that kind of stuff. Facebook, Brendon James on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. Yeah, that's really about everything I have. I'm pretty low-key, but that's everything.
At any time, was your name B Fazzo? Like, was your
I've had
artist
that.
name?
That's been my nickname for about like 5 years. My friend gave it to me in high school. I did think about like if like let's say my account gets taken down, or whatever, or like my account somehow is my account or my music. I'm gonna release some music under that name if I need to.
Okay, cool. Guys, make sure you're following the show on all social media platforms. That's Endie Fiya. Make sure you're following me, the Girl in Motion, on all social media platforms. For submissions to New Music Mondays, you can email Monica at info@endiefireradio.com, or you can head over to the website www.endiefireradio.com. On the New Music Mondays submission tab, click it, put in your artist name, a little bit of information about the artist and the track, and make sure that you upload the file for your music. Because as I always say, it does me no good to receive a track from Tom Jenkins, and he's got this blazing song called Water Bearer, and he doesn't submit the track, all right? So make sure that you submit the track if you want rotation on New Music Mondays, all right? Until Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to turn it over to Brendon James so he can get this off his chest, what he got to say. The floor is yours again.
Before I start this, there's a lot of outrage going on. So for all my black brothers and sisters, this is for you. If there's any, Trump supporters out there, if you all lives matter, if you don't support us or anything like that, this may offend you. If it does, I did my job. Go like this. I keep it G. Sus niggas, I think they're gay, so I should pray. They show the true colors, I don't see them quite the same, so I repaint. Most of the time I'm quiet, I don't even speak. I'm kind as can be. Imagine a cop killing me. If you're really riding for me, don't riot for me. When I become a ghost, I'll just haunt them. Majority I'll show them black box all on my feed, probably know nothing. It's annoying. Just stop it. Racism is a horrible topic. Y'all ain't going to abolish it, especially if you all started it. White men see with thousands, don't believe you earned all of it. Shut the fuck up, Karen. You're not a part of this. This doesn't just go for colored men. Hispanics still get accused of stealing jobs again. A woman at a gas station that was Native American slapped a lady in the face and embarrassed her. That shit isn't shared enough. As for the officer that killed Floyd, it makes me think there's still hope, because in jail, I bet a black man will kill you. I know they'll take care of him. He won't get a proper burial. On some real shit, though, everyone coming together is a miracle. It should have taken years to do. There's some Trump supporters that might get their feelings hurt. I got some brothers and sisters that are going to feel this verse. If you are all lives matter, there's a lot you need to learn. Go back to school and do your research on American history. When in America has that shit been great? Explain. I want to listen. So many wars. One was civil, but there's nothing civil about it. Will Trump win? I doubt it. The man is a coward. If you think otherwise, you're very unwise and are mentally challenged. Open your eyes. Go outside. It's nothing but violence. Our world is corrupt. Don't let me describe it. If I commit a crime, something small is not paying for parking, they're going to think it's not my car, even if I just bought it. If I get out it, they're going to put hands on me. If I fight back, I'll probably die. If not, they're probably going to find me. If not, I'll probably serve life. You can understand it. Want to know why? You're obviously white. Am I exaggerating? You're probably white. I'm light-skinned, but I'm darker inside. I'm mixed as my mom's side. I grew up off Lincoln Park and Rise Against. Marky Mark and Phil Collins. Shots fired here in the air tonight. Everybody's dying. God's calling. I don't gotta respond. That's my time to leave. I don't want to be a homicide like the song Logic made. Most cops can't think logically before they take another black man's life away. I never felt that kind of pain, except when you had a White Claw to drink for eating spicy wings. Y'all love to hate, so you call us niggas on social media with no plans on beating up. But if we beat you up, you sue us for everything we got, from the kicks we got and the fists we rock. I may need to stop soon. This shit is starting to piss me off. Surprised I'm at a loss for words. So black families out there, it's not fair your heart that hurts. So my white friends, there's more bridges than crosses burned. Obama should have got a third term. That'd be great. So if Trump gets impeached, I'm waiting for someone to assassinate. You post Black Lives Matter, but your opinion does not matter. I can tell by the caption, all your actions are fake. Just like you treated your ancestors met with natives that y'all enslaved and wiped out to repopulate. Pay for the damages. Your discrimination is cancerous. Wave if you're scared of us. If you think we act like thugs and animals, I'm the apex predator. I don't care if you're an Eminem fan. That doesn't mean you stand with us. Funny shit is they think we're on welfare. Who the hell cares? Your girl is staying with us. Treat us with respect or don't ask for much. You say the N-word without ER, but your excuse is your friends are black. To tell the truth, I didn't ask at all. This shit wouldn't happen in Canada. It's probably peaceful. People in England that don't even speak English probably laugh at us. We had it rough. Your parents bagged your lunch while we had to scavenge for crumbs. This is my message. Let me pass it on before I'm passing on. And I'm on T's. But RIPs, cries and sprees, no justice, no peace. When people blowing up towns with RPGs, decide society I don't like to see. There's so much hypocrisy and lies being spoke. Hang me out to dry, I'm untying the rope. I don't need a boat. I can swim or walk on seas like the son of our father did before he crucified him. Don't try to filter what I say. You'll be silenced. I'm truly sorry that my white buddies had to watch us suffer and march beside us, argue with their mother because we aren't the same color. We appreciate the unity. And for the women like Peanut Butter, I need your number. When quarantine is over, please come over and spoon with me. VA, Black Lives Matter.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. You need to put that on some wax for real. I love it.
I'm definitely, yeah, I'm working. I want to do a whole Black Lives Matter EP once I get my other stuff out first, but I'm definitely laying that down at some point.
Yeah. Yes. Well, guys, you heard it. You heard it here first, probably. Right? Here first?
Yeah.
We're going to say that.
Today.
You heard it here first. Yes. You know we like first. You heard it here first. Does it have a title?
I do not. I just want something performed tonight. And, I was hoping we'd at least speak on the topic or whatever. It's okay we didn't. It's all right, But I was thinking we'd speak on the topic before I performed it. But it's all good, I had to voice my, pain and whatnot.
Well, I think you voiced it very eloquently. And again, like I said about the artists that we had on the show last night, when you can use your platform, because people feel that now a lot of independent artists feel, we can't perform, we can't go to venues because they're closed still. You know what I'm saying? We can't do outdoor events because still there's regulations on how many people are supposed to be gathered. But you can still use your voice. You can still use your brand to be able to support this movement. And so any artist that can do so needs to be able to do so. And I don't know when. We want to do something like the end of the month. I think we're going to do the last day of the month. That Tuesday, the 30th, is going to be like an open forum. And so you're welcome to come back then. But we're just gonna have artists that are gonna be able to talk about how this has all affected them, from the global pandemic to the global social injustices and racial injustices that we are being faced with now. Because it's not only here. Even though what led to I guess all of this being heightened again happened here in the United States, but you have people that are abroad that are still protesting, and because of what's going on over here, they still feel it in every other country. They still feel racism.
It's not just blacks either. Like Hispanic lives matter too.
Exactly. So I wanted to be able to bring the artists on the show and have an open forum and just let's talk about, all that's going on and how we're dealing with it and how we're able to help other people deal with it by using our platforms, to be the voice that others are needing, are listening to right now. So, again, that's going to be June 30th at 6:30, probably 6:30 to 8:30, 2-hour show. Because I'm inviting a lot of artists, to be able to join. So if you want in, just let me know.
Definitely, yeah, definitely want in, yes.
All right, so I'm going to put your name down. You'll get more details around the 20th of the month. You'll get more details on how everything's going to work out. But until then, I'm going to say goodnight, and I will talk to you about that in the upcoming weeks, all right?
All right. Thank you for having me.
You're so welcome. Your family. You're welcome back anytime. You guys, I will see you on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with C-Town Records, Mistress of Soul. All right, guys. Have a good night.